Oh yeah! Welcome everyone to the Let's Play of SimCity 4, the second game chosen by the Wheel of Fun. We are in the nation called Freedom. This is the game I was playing, but I'm going to create a new region. Now, some of you might be thinking, hey Sorv, isn't this the same game you played the last time on the Wheel of Fun? Yes, it is. However, this is completely re-recorded, so this is all new experience. And I think that you will enjoy, because we're doing it again, but in a different way. So, let me get on my stopwatch here and begin that. Create region. Oh yeah. Now you notice right away I didn't get any of those big maps. I don't like that. I'm going to dump this. Try it again. I said it was different, but I'm having the same problem as last time. MGIville, oh yeah. Let's try it again. There we are. So let's choose this big one right in the middle of the map here. And I'm going to try to improve performance. Oh man, I'm not set up for this. It's alright. Graphical options. Let's see here. Well, everything looks pretty good. I'll just leave it like it is. Alright, let's go. Start a new city. It's going to be sweet. Alright, so it's a little slow, but that's alright. So, the first thing we want to do is sculpt the landscape. And to do that, I need... let's see, what should I choose? How about a shallow valley? I'm going to reduce the size of it by holding control. And just kind of push it down a little bit. There we go. Get the water to come through. Just like that. Oh, that is nice. One thing that I always admired about this game is the terrain editor. I mean, it's just so fantastic. There we go. It's a little steeper. It's just like you're God, you know. You're just sculpting the landscape, and it just melts or rises before you. It's excellent. And I want to make a river system. And I'm going to try to keep the shoreline up here a little straighter so that I can put beaches, because beaches really boost your environment score. If you land a bunch of them in a row, keep this tributary open, and then we can do something like this over here. Just kind of curve that around. Yeah. I like it. Now, over here we'll add some mountainous terrain, make it a little more difficult. Maybe I'll put some hills on this side. Just make it interesting. And what else do we have? We do have cliffs also. Maybe I'll make this the cliffy area. Woo! There you go. That's going to be hard to see, so I'll be rotating the map. Whoops, I went the wrong way. There we go. Those are going to be tough to build on. But let's do it this way too. There we go. That'll be a more difficult part to build with. But it'll be fun, right? It's the point of this. The Wheel of Fun. Let me raise this up a little more so I can... There we go. Make it, maybe I can make a little bridge out of there. Maybe we'll smooth those off just a tad. There we go. These cliffs are okay, but that's still tough to build on. And then we have our nice flat area. I think that's where I'm gonna start. And of course, we want to cover everything with trees. Lots and lots of trees. Although I still have that theory about how the trees actually affect you negatively if you put them down at the start. The idea is that the trees actually count towards environment score. So if you put a whole bunch of these trees and then start the build mode, or the mayor mode, you're actually starting an environment 0 or maximum. So once you start building, you actually have to delete these trees to lay down roads and zones and stuff, and that actually reduces your environment score. However, it looks far too nice to not put, and it just makes the terrain look absolutely awesome, even by today's standards. I love it. So let's really make this forest dense over here. And I think we're ready to let's play. So my name is Sorvius, and we'll call this town. There we go. That's not it. Sorvia. Much better. I'm also going to choose medium so I can get the, because hard I've played. Hard is the same difficulty as medium, you just start with less money. And balancing a budget is nearly impossible. But medium allows you to have a challenge of balancing the budget. But at the same time, you start with a little bit more money. And, of course, we can get the space shuttle, which is a real pain. Because I tried this in a soft run of this, and it did not work right. So, we're going to start on this medium land here. I have opportunities for bridges and beaches. And so the first thing to do, away from the water, because I want my zones to be out there. And if I put a power plant at the edge of the map, especially in a corner, 3/4 of the pollution will be off the map. So that's a good strategy. Let's begin. We got to put the oil plant. It's a little more expensive, but you can reduce its power output at first to save money. So right off the bat I spend 600. And I'm not using any. If I reduce this to just above what my city demands are, I'll save cash. Oh yeah, so we're going to build a road here. I'm also going to right away connect it to the region so that I get a boost in population early. But I'm going to build a road up to the beach here, as far as I can go, and then across. Alright, so the first thing to do is build a slight grid here, because I'm going to build houses and factories. And I like starting with 4x4 because then the game doesn't auto draw any roads. Even if you use the control draw or the shift draw, it still doesn't quite come out right. So we're going to start with the grid right away and just kind of put all these roads down like so. There we go. I'm liking this already. I'm glad y'all came back to watch more Wheel of Fun. I know the channel's been like, what's going on with this channel? It seems like not as... You said you're going to do like 20 videos a week, but yet last week there was 0. Well, there's been some changes in the way the management and stuff goes with MGI, and we've been working on the server, trying to get, you know, that taken care of. And we're really doing something fantastic. You've probably heard me say this before, but this time it is super fantastic. Alright, sweet. So we've got some opportunities for zones, and because I built the power plant away from all the mess, that'll help with the environment in a way. That requires power lines. So now all of these are going to be powered, and I'm going to start with the low wealth zones, so that I get a lot of hits right away and I can collect some quick income. Put these guys here. Everybody has power. Everything is cool. Oh yeah, let's speed up time and watch it all happen. Yeah. I built about twice as many of these zones as these, so that there's plenty of housing opportunities, as well as for the factories. It'll be a little cleaner burning. However, without education, it's going to produce some pollution in addition to the roads that I have. There's a couple ways around that design-wise. Oh, and look at this. We've already got a fire. Yeah, that's another thing about playing on medium, is the disasters are more rampant. So I'm going to start with the small fire station, plop it down right here. That'll give increased fire protection, and I'll be able to blow this fire out. Let's take a look at that. Huh. Oh, fire's done. Alright, with fire protection too, they don't break out as often as long as your fire protection is, you know, the coverage is good. So let's take a look at this power plant. If you look at your charts, right now my power is up here and my usage is way down here. So we can take this power plant and considerably, he's only using 5%, so I can considerably reduce the cost of this thing, probably to about $100, or simoleons as it were. And then when we accelerate the time, close that, you see a significant drop in the usage. Oh, I landed it perfect. However, the demand is always going up, so I'm going to increase this to 200. Now I was using 79% capacity based on how much funding I give it. So I'll go with 200, and that'll give me a chance to use this whilst I grow the city. And it'll tell me down here, I bet you it already says it, something about, nope, not yet, but it says something about the shame of squandered power. It says you're spending too much on power, but as you can see, now I'm making money, which is what we want, and my charts reflect that. When you do city income versus expenses, when I dropped the cost of the power plant, my income exceeded that expense, so that's what we want. And it looks like there is a little bit of demand for some commercial zones, which is kind of cool. Commercial zones don't like to be next to industrial zones, so I'm going to build them over here away from that to kind of stir the business district, you know. And this is what really makes this game fun, is that you have complete control over what happens in your city, depending on where you put stuff and why. You make some mayoral decisions, and you know, in some cases you hope for the best, but usually you can get pretty good at it. So let's build some small shops here. And when I accelerate that, you're going to see some of this development. This also creates jobs, and then you can see more people move in. And that stirs the industrial growth, and everything goes awesome. And you can see I'm making a lot more money now than I was before, which is good. That's what we want, especially on medium. We're going to run into some knotholes here where it's really going to be crazy with all of the stuff that goes on and balancing the budget. We're going to take a few nosedives, but for the most part I'll try to keep it sane. When we look at our city opinion, safety is up slightly because of the firehouse. The land value is pretty much crap, and there's no hospitals or schools or parks, so that's why most of this is red. But we're going to build that up, because now you see we got a high demand for this residential. So I'm going to fill the rest of this block up here with the roads. Oh yeah. And when I put these houses in here, it'll probably develop the rest of the industrial and commercial areas. But I probably will have to build more factories in order to accomplish that goal. Oh yeah, I love this track. Alright, let's throw that into high gear and see what happened. Yeah! Imagine that. We got more factories going up, more houses going up. That should stir more business. There you go. It doesn't get much better than that. Oh wait, it's going to. So let's see what our advisors have to say about all this. It's got no diplomas in sight, Sims lacking in lifespan. Rock and paper sues scissors for discrimination. Oh, I love the news. Well, they're telling me, first of all, these are introductory advisor messages. These two say I need schools and hospitals. And this is my mayor's house. So we'll put the mayor's house on the beach. Oh yeah. Right there. Sweet. I got a beachfront house, and as you go through, this actually gets neater looking, I believe. Sweet. So, I'm making great money. However, if you remember, this power plant was running at a certain capacity. It's at 69% now, but I guarantee you I'm going to need to increase that very soon. So you can see how the demand has gone up, and my usage has been straight on. So, something to think about as I continue to build. But if I start building schools and hospitals, you're going to see a big boost in development of these houses, and it is going to cost me more money. So we'll start with something simple, an elementary school, because I can afford it in the budget, and put that right in the middle of the residential towns so that everywhere has it. I don't have to increase the bus budget. Now when I run the speed on this, you see some development happen as a result of the education, but you also see the number of students go up considerably. So the idea is to balance this out so that there's enough capacity for students to run it. And it looks like we nailed it right here. Just from what I have, because this fits in the circle, this particular budget is enough. So I am going to increase it to about 100, just because I plan on adding some more to this school. Alright, and also I'm going to need a clinic. Clinics are awesome. And again, I'm going to put this right in the middle of town here so it covers all the housing areas. I'm still within the budget, but let's see what kind of medical treatments we're getting. Looks like already the number of patients is extremely exceeding the capacity, so let's increase that so that we can handle it. Still making money, and I can afford to treat that many. Only 8 doctors though, for 171 patients. Dedicated people they are. So in the next episode, we're going to continue this, and I'm going to expand this city. I'm going to start growing some apartment buildings, and look at that, health and education is awesome. So, I'm going to work on some safety, get that environment score up, get our mayor rating up, and kick it awesome style. So I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah.